Good morning, and we're going to cover 6.3. So 6.3 is on income statements. So if you have a job, very important information. So gross pay. Gross pay is your income, the money you make, before taxes are taken out. So they might tell you might make $19 an hour, but that's definitely not what you're going to bring home because you're going to have to pay taxes. Net pay is the amount you actually take home. So this is your take home pay, which means after the taxes have already been withheld by your employer. Now there's two forms that are really important. When you first get a job, you have to fill out a W-4, and this determines your withholdings. And it actually works backwards than you think. Typically on that form, you would enter like how many people you're supporting or in your household. And the more you put, the less they withhold. The smaller the number you put, like if you're single, then the more they're going to withhold. So that form is really important to fill out correctly. I actually prefer to have more taken out so that I can get a refund when I file my taxes instead of owing money for my taxes. Now, the form, your W-2, is your yearly summary of your wages and taxes. So this is the total amount you made, the total amount of taxes you paid, and you usually receive this at the end of January or beginning of February of the following year. And this is also the form that you would take to an accountant. So this W-2 is very, very important. Now, something to note, our taxable income can be different from our Social Security and Medicare wages. So SS is for Social Security and Medicare. These are both based on your total wages. Your taxable income may differ. Okay, so taxable income, like if you receive child support, that is not considered income. If you put money into a retirement, that is not considered taxable. And so those things can reduce your actual taxable income. So this can be different from total wages. So we're going to go ahead and jump in and do some examples. So number one, Jack's employer switched to a new payroll system. He wants to make sure that his net pay has been computed correctly. So his gross pay per period, there's his gross. But here's the following deductions, which means you're going to be subtracting. So here's his gross pay, and you're going to have to subtract the sum of all his deductions. Or you can just subtract each one. So he pays the following deductions. Social Security is 6.2%. So you're going to have to actually calculate that. So 587.34 times 0.062. Using your calculator, I found that to be 36.42. So there's his first deduction. And, I'm not going to put a... So this is all of his deductions. 36.42. Now I have to calculate Medicare, so 587.34 times 1.45, that'd be 0.0145. And I got 852, so minus 852. So I took care of that one. That one, federal withholding, so minus 164.45. Took care of that one. Minus his state withholding. Minus his retirement contribution. I see two $8 fees, so I'm going to combine those. And then his medical insurance. So, that is a lot to deduct from his gross. So there's his gross, subtract out all your deductions, and I got that he's only going to get $212.63. So, welcome to being an adult. Number two. All right, so Tony makes an hourly rate of $15.40 for 40 hours. So he makes $15.40 per 40 hours. For any time worked beyond 40 hours, he's paid a rate of time and a half. So let's figure that out first. What's $15.40 times time and a half? Remember, that's 1.5. We covered that in the last section. So $15.40 times 1.5, I got $23.10. So this is his overtime. So he worked a total of 46 hours. So 40 of the hours will be at 15, but 6 of those hours is going to be at his overtime rate of $23.10. So I got 616 for the first and 138.6. So he made a total of 754.60. That is his gross pay. So we have to determine his Social Security. Now remember, Social Security is the 0.062%. So when I multiplied that out, I got $46.79. Medicare is the $754.60 times 0.0145, and that gave me $10.94. So Social Security is the 6.2%. Medicare is 1.45, and those are the same each time. Next one, Elizabeth works for Picasso Paint Supplies. Her annual salary is $72,580. What is her Social Security deduction? So $72,580 times 0.062, and I got, she's going to pay $44.99.96 in Social Security. Medicare, you take her total wages times 0.0145, and I got $1,052.41. Elizabeth is paid every other week. What is her biweekly gross pay? So remember, biweekly means she's going to receive 26 payments. There are 52 weeks, so every other week would mean to cut that in half. So I would take her total pay and divide by 26, and that gave me that every other week she's going to get paid almost $2,800. So I got $27.91.54. Now each pay period, the employer deducts 21% for federal withholding. What is the total amount withheld for her annual? Well, so each pay period, so $27.91.54, they deduct 21% of that, so times 0.21. And how many times does she get paid? Times 26 times. So when you multiply all of that out, I got that she's going to pay $15,241.80 in federal taxes. So here is her local city tax. So how much is she deducted from her salary per paycheck? So here's her paycheck times 0.02875. And I got a total of $80.26. So this should look similar to your homework. On January 1st, she's going to receive a raise. So let's take her previous salary, times that by 0.091, and then that's going to be her increase. So then we will add it to last year's salary. So this is her increase. This is her old salary. So if you enter that, I show that she's going to now start getting paid almost $80,000 per year. Next one, they're going to have us work backwards. So a taxpayer's annual Social Security is $6,107. So they're saying that $6,107 represents 0.062 times her salary, right? Because that's what we've been multiplying. So they're saying whatever she made in total times that 0.062 equals 6,107. So to solve for her annual, I would simply divide by 0.062. So 6,107 divided by 0.062 is, whoops, I entered it wrong. 6,107 divided by 0.062, $98,000. $500. Now they want us to do it for Medicare. So they're saying if someone paid $841 in Medicare tax, I know that represents 0.0145 times the total of what they made. So again, to solve this, I would simply divide to get my total. So $841 divided by 0.0145, and I get $58,000 as the total salary. All right, so number 6, we're going to fill in the spaces into this form. So just a second. So for box number 1, sorry, I was thinking. I'm going to find box 3, and box 1. So let's start with box 3. Box 3 is here. So they have told me that they collected $63.6120 in Social Security tax withheld. So I know that must represent 0.062 of my total wages. And so I'm going to do what we did above. We're going to divide by 0.062. And I got a total for box 3 of $102.600. So there's box 3. Now, for box 1, which is here, that is your total, your taxable income. Now, as I told you earlier, our taxable income can be different from Social Security and Medicare. So I would take the amount from box 3 and I would subtract anything I contributed to my retirement. So minus the $5,600, minus the other $2,400, and that would give me a taxable income of $94,600. So that would be your taxable. So notice if you do contribute to a retirement, that decreases the amount they determine your taxes by. I'm going to skip number 7. Last one is filling in all 4 of these boxes. So this is what a W-2 would look like. They want us to fill in box 1, box 2, box 1, 2, that's box 3, 4, and 5. They want us to fill in those. So I'm actually going to start with, they've started with the Medicare. So that is where I'm going to start. And so that would be box 5. Wait, box 3. Sorry, I was looking at this. Okay, so box 5, $13.46 and 4 cents represents 0.0145. I know this form is hard to read, but that does say Medicare. So I would divide both sides by 0.0145. And so my Medicare wages should be $92,830.34. Now my Medicare and my Social Security should be the same. So this was also $92,830.34. Now box 4, this is Social Security wages. This is wages. My Social Security tax should be the $92,830.34 times 0.062, which is $5,755.48. So here's this box, here's this box. Now box 1 should be our total wages, so $92,830.34 minus our retirement contributions, which can be listed in 2 different boxes. So if you subtract those contributions, your taxable income is only $86,250.34. And that completes that section.